Rob, I don't know what the hell we're talking about today. Do you know what we're talking about today?
I don't know.
Why don't you start by introducing yourself and tell us what you're up to in the world.
Hey, my name is Rob Paro. I am a guitar player for the band Sir Psycho, which is the local only local Red Hot Chili Pepper tribute band.
And
so that makes us premier and
legit,
the best. Because we're the only one. But yeah. So that's what I do. I'm the guitar player. Got a good thing going. We got all their social stuff out there, so I don't mess with that anymore. But
cool.
It's out there. Just have fun with it now. So it's.
How long have you guys been a band together?
Oh my gosh, 10 years. 10 years.
Is that right?
This. Yeah, it's like, and it's gone by like blink of an eye. I mean, literally, it's like, raising a kid.
Right.
Because it's like it's gone by. You remember when you started it, and then you're in the present moment. So much time has elapsed.
So you guys just started middle school as a band, essentially, right? You're in like 6th grade, maybe.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. About that mature too.
Yeah. I think that's the fun of being in a band, right? You just kind of let loose a little bit, bring out your inner child. And,
absolutely.
If you're not, then nobody's entertained, right? And half of it is entertaining people.
And then that's the thing is, just looking like you're having fun. I mean, that's not really trying to. I mean, we're not trying to just come off that way, but it's just we have so much love and fun, and you know what I mean. I mean, you know how it is. I mean, just as far as like doing what you love, and and just being naturally passionate about it.
Yeah, for sure.
It doesn't come off as like a, you're just kind of going through the motions. You know what I mean? I mean, maybe, but for the most part, when you're doing it right, people are always looking at you like, oh man, you guys look like you're having fun up there. And we're like, yeah, we are.
All right, so take me back 9.5 years ago. You and your buddies just sitting around smoking a doobie or doing whatever you're doing. Maybe maybe that wasn't part of that. Why Chili Peppers? Like, how did that come to fruition?
I wanted to do a Chili Pepper tribute band, but I was never like the guy to coordinate it. I mean, I was just kind of, I sat on it for a long time, and then my neighbor I had a studio. I was doing guitar lessons, and my neighbor at the studio just all of a sudden put it out there. He's like, hey, anybody want to do a Chili Pepper tribute band? I was like, my whole reaction was, dude, I was born to do that.
Awesome.
And I'm like a huge Chili Pepper fan. So I was like, and again, I didn't know anything about that, but I just naturally wanted to do it. So we did it. And then I handpicked guys and ended up firing that drummer eventually.
He was the studio neighbor?
And he was the guy that kind of, he was the catalyst.
He was the catalyst, okay.
And then I was just like, man, you ain't showing up for practice. Oh, man, you're really playing your parts right. I'm going to get a new guy. And then it just kind of went from there, Yeah, I don't know why.
So Chili Peppers is a massive catalog, right? They've got a lot of songs they put out over the years. So if you had to go and pick in reverse order, starting with your third favorite Chili Pepper song to play to your second to your first, like what? I know this is probably a difficult question. But you're on camera right now. You got to make a choice, Rob.
Yeah,
you got to make a choice.
Head. It's like, I mean, I don't want to be cliche about it, but there's so many songs that I would love to do. Like hard stuff, I guess. So the 3, 2, 1, I guess. I don't know. I'd pick songs that we don't do.
Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, those are kind of my favorites. I mean, we always do like the hits.
So you're more like a deep track guy. Like your top favorites are really deep in there.
But you really got to be careful with that because it's like, not everybody is a deep track Chili Pepper fan. They all know Under the Bridge. They all know Give It Away. They all know Suck My Kiss. So you got to put those in there. But we do like the deep track, something.
I guess when you're playing like a full 4-hour show, right, you can throw in the deep tracks here and there.
Then it'd be like, then guys got to get in the woodshed and do their homework because we got all that extra work to do.
Right.
But a lot of people just generally they're just general fans, I guess.
Yeah.
You always end with Under the Bridge,
Yeah.
You always end with Under the Bridge. We tried to start with that one time because we were just like punks, starting. We were just like, let's just get that thing out of the way. So we started with Under the Bridge. People were like,
They went home after the third
Right.
song.
I was like, never did
They
that.
played
again.
the one that I know. Now we're gonna go home.
Yeah, I never did that again. But yeah, it's try to get back on track with the question here. But yeah.
3, 2, 1. So if you had to name a,
God, I mean, like Subway to Venus. You know, so, I mean, that's something we don't even do. You know, so I guess that's kind of odd for me to say. But like, and then more complicated tracks, like musically. Gosh, it's so deep track. It's like that. Ask that question, I'm kind of like, oh man, we're going to your head though. It's like, what is it? What's it going to be? For sure, Subway to Venus. Maybe Wet Sand would be a track that a lot of people don't even know about.
I haven't heard of that one.
Yeah,
no.
and this most of the stuff is off of Subway to Venus is off Mother's Milk. That Wet Sand is off of Stadium Arcadium, which is like kind of a bigger record for them. Gosh, there's so much. There's so much.
All right,
There's
but
one
now
more.
you got to choose the top one. Like, what's the one that you really wish your band was playing? You've loved the song for so long, and
Oh my gosh, I would have to say, oh, Knock Me Down would be the one. And that's a very complicated song. There's like 2 textures or 4. Actually, I think there's 4 guitars in there that are texturing
right?
each other. Yeah, so you're
Okay.
like,
so
it's
not
hard.
something easy to play live. Then.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice to have 2 guitar players, but like, I remember when it was a 1 guitar player band. I'm still like unlearning how to sound like a 4 guitar,
Is that right?
4 guitars at once guitar player. My guitar's the second guitar player is still like, Rob, you don't have to play that part anymore. I got that part. I'll be like, oh yeah, because I'll just try to blend whatever the dominant part
So
is. At
your
the time.
band used to be a one
It used to be a
guitar
one-
band.
one
Okay,
guitar
okay.
band.
Now that you've got the second guitarist, you have to
be like,
back away from some of those layers and textures.
Yeah, because now I
Okay.
don't have to cover everything. Because I wanted it to sound like big and full, and
Right,
people would
right,
say
right.
that. You're like, oh man, it sounds so big and full. I'd be like, what are you doing there? I'm like, I'm literally jumping back and forth between 2 or 4 guitars at one time, and
Very cool.
my guitar player now is like, hey Rob, he has to remind me constantly. Now he's like kind of our music director,
Okay.
because he does the keyboard, the backups, the harmonies, he's like more John Frusciante
Yeah.
esque.
Good fill-in guy. He can do pretty much everything. And
Utility guy. He's
Yeah.
literally hired a gun for hire. Like, I was like, man, if I had to hire a utility guy, he's got to be multifaceted.
Sure.
Especially for a good Chili Pepper.
Sure.
Because he might go from acoustic guitar to electric guitar to lead guitar to backup to keyboard. It's like, man, I'd have him play a freaking xylophone if we needed it. You know what I mean?
As a drummer who can only play drums, I always have a love-hate relationship with the utility guy who can literally do anything
Yeah,
at
you're
any
like-
time. You're like, probably sit down on the drums, play better than me, but
right, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. You're like, why is this guy's, there's people
Why
that
is
are
he
just
so
so
good?
talented. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
like, I hate you.
as my wife and I continue to explore and meet the different musicians, there's so many people like that, just uber talented people that have been on tour with some famous band,
Yeah.
and now they're just in a cover band, playing covers on weekends. And
Yeah,
it's
just
like,
hanging out,
when you
getting
get
out
to
of the house
learn
every-
people's stories, you're like, wow, man, that's impressive.
Yeah, it is. It's amazing. And then, like, in this town, there's so many talented people. It's just like, what? You know what I mean? It like you're saying, it's like drummer that could either back the band or front the band. You're like,
Yeah.
look at this guy, But
Yeah.
it's amazing, and it's amazing to meet people like that and like network with people like that.
Absolutely.
Because it's like, I think, you and I had a prior conversation about like getting into the scene, and then like, oh, I met this guy, I met that, and we have like so many friends in common now.
Right,
It's
right,
just, like,
right.
I mean, it's such a huge pool of musicians.
It's a fun place to play music.
It is.
really is.
Yeah, and everybody's so supportive, which I love.
Yes.
People are like, there's a lot of love.
There's a few duds out there that I've met.
Yeah,
a
guys
few,
that
very
really-
few. But unlike you feel like from the movies where everybody's like cutthroat and wanting to fight each other, most of the community here seems to be really supportive of whatever you're trying to do.
Yeah, if somebody-
and wherever you're at along
Right.
your path. you
Yeah,
know?
yep, I agree. And then if somebody has success, most people are like, man, good for you, or
Yeah.
they helped him get there.
That dude's a Minnesotan. All right, let's
Right,
cheer him
yeah.
on.
Some
yeah.
people
or
are like
her
that.
on. Yeah.
It's like the Filipinos, like the Filipinos, like if somebody's from the Philippines and they have success, they're like,
yes, yeah, Kabayans around the world, man.
Right,
yes,
exactly,
for sure.
Well, he's only half. No, that's okay.
Yeah, exactly. We can still claim him.
We still claim him.
He's famous now. We can claim him.
Yeah, exactly. Like I was getting a kick of like Arnel Pineda from Journey.
Yes,
it's like that guy. It was just like, what? And everybody now he's like, on the bus in the Philippines, just people are just mobbing him.
Yes.
Love that. I love that.
I always tell people, so I've been to my wife being Filipino, I've been to the Philippines several times, and I always tell people that Faithfully is literally the theme song of the Philippines.
Is it?
You can't ride a bus, you can't go in a car, you can't go in a restaurant, and Faithfully's playing somewhere.
That's like the
it's really it seems to be the theme song.
The
for
theme
sure.
song, the soundtrack to the whole thing. That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's such a great choice too.
It is.
Love that.
It's such
song.
a beautiful
Journey's
song.
Such a great. I have everything they've ever done.
Do you?
Pretty much, the remastered CDs.
Is that right?
Love that stuff. I'm
awesome.
a huge Journey fan.
So
not just because the guy's Filipino, but they're such a great band.
What's next for you, Rob? Obviously, you still got the band going on. What's your band doing? What do you have any other projects in the works or?
Yeah, I mean, I got some things, a few stakes in the fire, but they're still kind of heating up a little bit. I guess.
Not ready to talk about them yet.
Yeah, I mean, I got some ideas that I want to work on, but right now, Sir Psycho, Red Hot Chili Pepper tribute band in town is really my main thing, But I would love to start some new projects. I mean, I've always wanted to do. I'm an original music guy.
Okay.
I could just crank out like riffs and ideas and compositions, but
awesome.
But I just never doubled back on that. Now I'm like, like I said, I'm just really kind of focused on the Sir Psycho thing.
Nice.
It keeps you busy.
I'm sure it does. Yeah. How often do you guys play? A couple times a month?
Once a month.
Once a month?
Yeah.
Okay.
We got like a ton of stuff. I mean, we're booked out for the year, so we just booked some stuff for the Lakes, the Lakes Jam next summer.
Okay.
So that's kind of a big deal. It keeps getting hotter and hotter, man. It's kind of nice.
Nice.
You're doing it right when it's just like people are still calling.
Yeah. And you don't have to chase too much. They're calling you. That's a good place to be.
Yeah, and I built the model to be like, all right, I called everybody, I did all the work, but now I'm kind of like, all right, the machine has been built, just fire it up.
Yeah.
So I love that now, because it's such a pain in the ass to make the calls and make sure that things are in the right place, because it's like you're literally taking care of grown-ass men, making sure that they're doing what they need to do, But everybody's got a lot of love for each other, and they love doing it, and that's why it's successful.
I always thought it was the most fascinating thing, because being in a band often feels like being married to 4 or 5 different people, right?
Gosh,
and being married to one person or in a serious relationship with one person has its serious challenges, right? But then having to balance practice times, what songs we're going to do, make sure everybody feels involved, but only involved just enough, what I mean?
Right, yeah. And
give everybody their personal space to, create or whatever. Yeah, and imagine those bands like Metallica that have been doing it for longer than you and I have probably been alive.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah.
It's so crazy to think that they were able to pull that off.
Yeah.
And at that level, with the stress level's super high, and
oh my gosh, and
you can't mess up on stage, you can't,
Huge fan of that band. I mean, I've loved Metallica. I mean, if it's like the template, I mean, those guys are definitely what you're striving for, what you're, and everything they've done, they've learned how to do,
Yeah.
So it's like even like business stuff,
Yeah.
And then the business end of it. It's just like wow, I thought you guys were just musicians. It's like they're like savvy,
They are
corporate business guys,
Yeah, but, and they went from excuse my French, from fuck the world to kind of being
like we
are
are
the poster boys for heavy metal,
Yeah, I agree. It's like
I certainly got. I think I could say I probably got into metal or grunge, whatever, through Alice in Chains, but Metallica was right there with it too.
Yeah. And then I think, did they open for? I think that maybe they had shared a bill at one point. Like
probably.
It's probably like Alice in Chains opening for Metallica at some point. It's like
I'm sure.
Must have been an amazing show.
Awesome, man.
You know? Cool, yeah.
Well, I think I'm gonna call this my second episode of Minnesota Music Note, which is my new podcast that I've been doing to kind of learn and meet different musicians in Minnesota. So thanks for being my guest on here. But one of the things you get to do as my guest is tell me who I should have next. Who should be my next guest? Who would you nominate to be the next guest on Minnesota Music Note?
Oh my gosh, there's so many. You know what I would say? And I know you know him well, Kevin Sundberg.
Okay.
Yeah, he'd be a good one too.
Kevin's awesome. Kevin's a good friend of mine.
So talented. He's been doing it for a long time. I mean, I remember when we were like 14 years old, maybe even earlier, Kevin was drumming in a metal band and like doing the heavy stuff. You know, and he was like a guy that you would look up to, or a guy that would be a really good influence as far as like music, and being in a band.
Yeah,
because he's got a lot of experience. He's been doing it for a long time, like since middle school.
He does, and I credit Kevin honestly probably with introducing me for half the musicians that I know in the community. So I met him through a little drum meetup thing that he put together, and then he just kind of like put his arm around me and introduced me to everybody.
And that's the thing about
that seems to be the vibe that he has.
And that's what we were kind of alluding to earlier, was like, there's so much support, in the music community, and Kevin is just such a true blue, awesome dude. You know what I mean? Like he ain't faking it. He walks it like he talks it. He owns who he is. So I would say, Kevin Sundberg would be an excellent choice.
Awesome. Well, Kevin, you heard it here. We're coming to get you. All right, man.
All right, man.
That was awesome. Thanks for doing it.
Yeah, man. All right, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, that was awesome.